Third Pennsylvania Regiment. Oh, okay. Those are the Americans. Over there. The pretenders. Yeah, not pretenders.
Experienced brigade commanders. He understood the position that was ahead and knew that the ground ahead of where the Continental Army was marching was going to be necessary if they were going to be able to mount a successful attack on Princeton. Remember that at this moment, only about 8 o'clock in the morning on January 3rd, the Continental Army was still under the impression that the British brigade was in town. They did not know that they were going to control General Mercer pushed his men forward.
What? Dead. Oh, they're dead.
Before they were caught up by the body was accompanied by 2 companies of His Majesty's 16th Light Dragoons, could not have exceeded 600, 700, or 800 men. Facing off against him was Brigadier General Hugh Mercer's force of some 300 to 350 men. With the main body of the Continental Army still behind them, Mercer is inadvertently stuck his neck out into a salient, away from the rest of the...
No. I mean, the people in the back. Oh, they raised their guns.
The accuracy of rifles in the 18th century was sometimes as high as 300 or 400 yards, as compared to their smoothbore sisters, who could only fire about 80 yards accurately. Colonel Mahood wasted no time. He ordered his men into line and had them drop their packs. This was a sure sign that the 17th Regiment was heading into battle. He ordered the 17th Regiment to fix bayonets and charge the orchard. Killed instantly. Mercer struggled to hold a right and left wing that were rapidly collapsing in the face of a bayonet charge, and urged his men to hold their ground to protect the guns. There was nothing in the 18th century world more horrifying than a well-timed British bayonet charge shot out from underneath him. And when he dared to stand, he was clubbed in the head with the butt of a musket, knocking him to the ground. Via associators. It was a disaster. What had began as a At 63 years old, Captain Joseph Mulder of the Philadelphia Associated Brigade was one of the oldest men on the battlefield. The 2 guns he had brought with him were his own, off of his own merchant vessel and manned by men who used to work for him, loading and unloading cargo on the docks of Philadelphia. The fire was so hot that the British were described as screaming and throwing their arms as though they had been possessed by so many devils. A fence line which ran the length of the field. As a hail of grape shot, case shot, and musket balls flew across the field, the carnage left in William Clark's orchard created obstacles for the British as they attempted to hold a position on the middle of the field. William Clark's home would have been just off to the left of the park bench that you see in the far distance. Inside that home, American rebels had taken cover during the initial attack and were now being forced out. British soldiers rushed into the home of William Clark and found William, his 10 children, hiding in the root cellar of the building. William's wife, Anne, had recently suffered a miscarriage and was threatened by British soldiers, or they would bayonet her too. this point, the British Army in the open field, as you are seeing it before you. Gradually, British troops began to withdraw, slowly at first, but soon Washington realized the opportune moment had come.
I could pick this someplace warm. There you go.
A year and a half of fighting. A year and a half of losing. A year and a half of setback after setback after setback. And finally, for the first time, they defeat British regulars in the open field and see the backs of the redcoats as they flee in every direction away from Princeton.